4 years ago, Amir Hekmati, a former U.S. Marine, traveled to Iran to visit his grandmother. 2 weeks later, he was arrested and convicted in a 15-minute trial.
Thank you all for coming.
This is his sister, Sarah Hekmati.
It was announced within that week, after being tried for 15 minutes, that he was sentenced to death for there was a number of charges, but overall it was about spying.
The charges were later dropped, but Amir remains in jail, accused of working with a hostile government, says Sarah's husband, Rami Kurdi.
It's been completely dropped by Iran for lack of evidence and by the Supreme Court in the most latest of cases. His only charge is cooperating with a hostile country, which is America, but by definition in their laws, America is not a hostile country.
This cooperation, he says, was simply serving as a U.S. Marine before he had acquired Iranian citizenship in order to travel to the country of his heritage. Kurdi cites other legal justifications for letting Amir free as the U.S. and Iran continue direct talks here in Vienna aimed at curbing Iran's nuclear program in exchange for relief from economic sanctions. Sarah Hekmati says her family traveled to Vienna to appeal to diplomats, both Iranian and American, for medical care and ultimately freedom for her brother.
I just want my brother home. I want my dad to hold his son again. I want my mom's heart to stop breaking. I want the hole that we all feel by his absence to be filled.
U.S. President Barack Obama says he is deeply concerned about Hekmati and 3 other Americans held in Iranian prisons, including Jason Rezaian, an American-Iranian journalist with The Washington Post.
U.S. citizens, U.S. persons were held in Iran. This is something that we continue to push hard on, irrespective of the nuclear deal.
Officials say the stakes are too high for the talks and the families to tie prisoners to the nuclear deal. Despite congressional hearings and resolutions, some analysts say U.S. negotiators are not likely to put a nuclear deal at risk over the fate of a few people. Heather Murdock, VOA News, Vienna.